Hey there, ghost hunters and fellow thrill seekers. Welcome back to Fun Facts by Tony. Today, we're taking a spooky trip around the globe to explore the top 10 most haunted places in the world. That's right. If you're into ghost stories, eerie vibes, and spine-tingling legends, this is the video for you. So, dim the lights, grab a blanket, or maybe a ghost-busting kit, and let's dive into some seriously creepy corners of the world. These are real locations, with chilling histories and plenty of paranormal activity to send shivers down your spine. Whether you're a skeptic or a true believer, these stories will definitely make you think twice about visiting these places alone. Alright, ready to get scared? Let's jump in. Let's start with a classic, the Tower of London, a historic fortress that has stood for nearly 1,000 years. Sure, it's a popular tourist attraction now, but don't let the charming beefeaters fool you. This place has a dark past. It served as a prison, a place of torture, and an execution site for centuries. People like Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, lost their heads here, literally. Legend has it that Anne's ghost still haunts the tower, wandering around with her head tucked under her arm. And she's not the only one. Guards and visitors have reported strange shadows, cold spots, and eerie sounds. Imagine strolling through the tower at night and hearing phantom footsteps behind you. Yeah, no thanks. Next up is Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Suicide Forest, located at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. This lush, dense forest looks like something out of a fantasy movie, but it has a chilling reputation. For centuries, it's been associated with death and the supernatural. The forest is eerily quiet because the thick trees block out sound. Visitors often describe a heavy, oppressive atmosphere, and some even claim to see ghostly figures wandering between the trees. Locals believe these spirits are eerie, or restless souls of those who died tragically. It's a hauntingly beautiful place, but its dark history makes it one of the most unsettling locations in the world. Now, let's head to France, where we'll find the Château de Brissac, one of the most elegant and haunted castles in Europe. This stunning structure has all the hallmarks of a fairy tale, except for the ghost of the Green Lady who roams the halls. The story goes that Charlotte, an illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII, was murdered in the castle by her husband after he discovered her affair. Her spirit is said to linger, dressed in green, with a terrifying face that's enough to send even the bravest visitors running. If you visit, you might hear moaning in the middle of the night. Romantic getaway? Maybe not. Over in the United States, we have the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. This former prison is as creepy as they come, with crumbling walls, rusted cell bars, and a history of brutal punishment. It was one of the first prisons to use solitary confinement, which often drove inmates insane. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported hearing whispers, disembodied footsteps, and even ghostly apparitions. One of the most famous stories involves Cell Block 12, where shadowy figures have been seen darting around. With its eerie vibe and haunted reputation, it's no wonder this place is a favorite for ghost hunters. Ever heard of Poveglia Island? This small island near Venice, Italy, has a gruesome history that earns it a top spot on any haunted list. During the plague, it was used as a quarantine zone where infected people were sent to die. Later, it became a mental asylum with some seriously unethical practices. Rumor has it that the head doctor performed horrific experiments on patients before jumping to his death from the bell tower. Today, the island is abandoned, but locals and visitors claim to hear screams, cries, and even see ghostly figures wandering its shores. The atmosphere is so unsettling that the island is off limits to tourists. Back to the US, we're visiting the Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana, often called one of the most haunted homes in America. This historic plantation is said to be home to at least 12 ghosts, but the most famous is Chloe, a former slave who was reportedly killed after poisoning the plantation owner's family. Chloe's spirit has been seen wandering the property, often wearing a green turban. Guests have reported everything from phantom footsteps to objects moving on their own. The plantation's eerie vibe, combined with its tragic history, makes it a must-visit for ghost enthusiasts. Now we're off to Canada, where the Banff Springs Hotel in Alberta looks like a dream destination, until you hear about its ghostly guests. Built in the late 1800s, this luxurious hotel is said to be haunted by several spirits, including a bride who died on her wedding day. Legend has it she tripped on her dress while descending the grand staircase and fell to her death. Guests have reported seeing her ghost dancing in the ballroom, still wearing her wedding gown. There's also the tale of Sam the Bellman, a friendly ghost who still helps guests with their luggage. Spooky and helpful? That's some Canadian hospitality for you. Coming in hot is the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. This architectural oddity was built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the rifle tycoon William Wirt Winchester. After losing her husband and daughter, Sarah consulted a medium who told her that she was cursed by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. To appease these spirits, Sarah started building, and never stopped. The result? A sprawling mansion with staircases that lead to nowhere, doors that open into walls, and a design so bizarre it feels like a maze. Visitors report feeling cold spots, hearing footsteps, and even seeing ghostly figures. With its strange layout and haunted reputation, this house is equal parts fascinating and freaky. Next, we're heading to Scotland, where Edinburgh Castle stands as one of the most haunted locations in Europe. This historic fortress has a chilling history of battles, torture, and executions. It's no surprise that it's teeming with ghost stories. Visitors have reported seeing the ghost of a piper who vanished while exploring the castle's underground tunnels. Others have heard drumming, believed to be the spirit of a drummer who appears only when the castle is under threat. Add in the spooky dungeons and eerie atmosphere, and you've got one seriously haunted hotspot. Finally, the top spot goes to the ancient Ram Inn, often dubbed the most haunted house in England. Located in Gloucestershire, this 12th century inn has a reputation that's as dark as it gets. Built on a pagan burial ground, the inn has seen centuries of death, witchcraft, and mysterious occurrences. Guests have reported seeing shadowy figures, hearing screams, and feeling sudden cold drafts. One of the creepiest legends involves the ghost of a young girl named Rosie, who was reportedly murdered in the inn. Paranormal investigators have captured everything from eerie voices to full-bodied apparitions here. If you're brave enough to visit, don't say I didn't warn you. And there you have it, folks. 10 of the most haunted places in the world, each with its own spine-chilling history and ghostly tales. Which one gave you the biggest goosebumps? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a spooky adventure. Until next time, stay curious, stay awesome, and maybe leave the lights on tonight. You never know who or what might be watching. See you soon on Fun Facts by Tony.